Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Simply Sheeta, and I'm so happy to be back and to see you guys this week because I have made some decisions that I think is going to be crucial to my success. These are promises that I am going to be making to myself post VSG. Stay tuned. Okay, so as you guys know, I have been talking about my stage in the pre-op process is finally at its end, and I counted it, guys. It is 40 days since my last appointment, which I had on Thursday of last week, because today is Sunday and it's technically a new week, but you guys know what I mean. And yeah, it's 40 days. And you know what? I've been thinking about it over the last couple of days since I talked to you guys last, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I am not going to drive myself crazy for the next 40 days. I simply am not going to do it. I not only have 40 days till the next point or the next appointment, but then after that, based on what the nurse told me, I probably will have another 6 weeks before I even get a date. Yeah, she told me that there was a possibility I would not have surgery until the second week of August. So do the math. So what I have decided to do, guys, is I decided it is time to start applying what I've learned. I am the type of person that I learn best by doing. I want to see you do it maybe once, maybe twice, but after that, let me do it and give me a point of reference. And at this point, I feel as though I have learned so much from YouTube videos, so much from following people on Instagram, that I pretty much have a general idea what this is going to be like. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be cocky. No, I don't. I've never had any kind of surgery where 75% of my stomach was removed for me to say, oh yeah, this is going to be cake. But I don't think it's going to be impossible for me to do. One of the things that I've been noticing, some people, guys, seem to be a little bit obsessed about the whole journey. And by obsessed, I'm not talking about the people that are, you know, just making sure that they do the right things as per their surgeon or per their, you know, their nutritionist. I'm not talking about those people as much as the people that seem to let it consume every single moment of their lives. There's one person who I truly admire for the progress she's made in her journey so far, that I follow on Instagram. And she's on my timeline like every 15 minutes. I'm like, yo, where do you get this time to be on Instagram like this, posting every single thing about your journey every single day? I mean, everything. It's not just the what I ate today video. It's not just the, you know, my post-op visit to the doctors. No, it's everything. You know, not non-scale victories. When I say everything, I mean everything. And, you know, like, I'm not trying to discount anybody's journey. I'm not trying to discount what anybody chooses to do to document their journey, or how many different ways that they decide to document it. I really am not. Please don't get me wrong, because here I am. I'm documenting my journey myself. So that is not my point. It's just the fact that I notice certain behaviors. I told you guys in the last video, I'm very observant. I look and I pay attention. And I really think that some of this can become obsessive if you allow it. If you allow yourself to obsess about it, you can become obsessive with it. And I just don't want to do that. I want to be able to live a normal life. I want to be able to one day after surgery, you know, post-op, maybe a couple of years down the road, just have it and just be like, okay, this is how I am. I'm not going to ever be the person that eats 3,000 calories every day. I'm going to be the person that only eats 1,000 or 1,500 or whatever my body allows, that would allow me to maintain a healthy weight. And I mean, that's what I mean, a healthy weight. If I've never stated it before, let me make it very clear right now. I am not doing this to become skinny. I am doing this for health reasons. I am doing this to feel better. I am doing this to live longer. Losing the weight and looking physically different That's just the bonus. That's like the whipped cream and the icing on the cake. Do you know what I'm saying? Cake. No, seriously. I'm sorry, I just had to throw that in there. But no, seriously, I do not want to become that person that is obsessing over the scale or obsessing about how many macros and calories are in certain food. I know it is required. Do not get me wrong. I don't want to come off as like I'm all cocky and, oh, she hasn't even had the surgery yet and she's acting like she knows everything. No, I don't. I really, truly am going to be experiencing this the way everybody else coming out of pre-op, going into post-op will. However, my mindset is different. I'm going into this with a different kind of mindset. I'm going into this with a mindset of, let's create new habits. A mindset of, let's create a different lifestyle. I hear a lot of people in the weight loss community that have weight loss surgery say diet. And I think to myself, like, that's not what this is. This is not a diet. I mean, we all know how to diet. There isn't a person in the weight loss community that does not know how to diet. Sure, we've all done it. We've been on diets. The problem is we're not successful dieters. That is the difference. We are not successful dieters. So I'm not going into this looking at it as this is a diet, because if I do, I'm going to fail. I'm not a good dieter. I am going to fail. If I go into this looking upon this as like all these restrictions I'm going to have now that I'm post-op, I am going to fail. I am going to fail. I saw a video this week, guys. Let me tell you, I saw a video that a young woman posted in our community. She had VSG, and she mentioned that she saw, she actually posted a video of herself laying in the bed after a binge. Now, again, she is post-op, and she said a year later, yeah, I can still binge. And she had this binge. She didn't say what she ate or anything, but she purposely filmed herself in the midst of the pain and the results of this binge. And she just looked like, I guess the best way to describe it is she looked like somebody whose inside had been turned inside out. She just looked like she was in the most miserable state despite this. And I appreciate people that do videos like that. Thank you for anybody that's out there brave enough to pick up their phone or their camera and start recording when they're in the midst of pain. I appreciate you, because that's the last thing I would be thinking of. But anyway, guys, she posted this video, and she's in this video, she's in pain, but she's talking about what she saw or read about somebody that talked about binging. So basically, she was saying that what they have found is that people only tend to binge when they feel as though they're being denied something. They only binge when they're dieting. Isn't that crazy to think that you would actually be in that kind of mindset simply because you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to diet? So therefore, your mindset is of denial. I'm never going to get this again. I'm going to be restricted from eating this and eating that. I don't want to go into this that way. Like, don't get me wrong again. I do not think I have all the answers, and I'm not trying to be cocky about it, but I hope that I am going to be able to adapt a lifestyle of moderation. Not denial, moderation. I do not want to be somebody that does not have a chance to ever enjoy certain foods again. I just don't. I love food. I love the flavor of food. And I would rather eat a bite of chocolate cake than to be told, oh, you can never eat chocolate cake again. Or have maybe one or two of something instead of a bowl or a plate of something, because my body does not allow me to do it. I do not think that that is an impossible way for me to live. What would be impossible for me to live is if somebody said to me, you can never, ever, ever have such and such again. Because then I think I'm going to be like, oh my God, I have to get it. Which kind of brings me to talk a little bit about food funerals, because I think that's kind of how that all plays into food funerals. On my Instagram page a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a week ago, I put a question asking people that follow me what was their opinion on food funerals. Most people said, have it, do it. Why not? A couple of people said no. Now, my stance was, do I have a food funeral and risk gaining weight because of all the additional calories? Or do I skip it because in the end, there really isn't going to be anything I can't have. I just will no longer be able to have it in volumes. Basically moderation. Most people said that they had the funeral because, you know, they wanted to have that last big hurrah. I decided that maybe that's not what I'm going to do per se. And I'm going to get into this in another video because I do have a video idea about talking about some of the foods that I love and will probably miss. Maybe not even miss, but I'll miss in a sense that I will not be able to eat as much, you know, eat in the volume, you know. Like, I feel like, you know, certain things are just going to be done. Like, sure, I'll never go to a buffet again. You know, maybe I'll go to like a Chinese buffet one last time. But it doesn't mean I'm never going to have Chinese food. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm about to start kind of approaching this in a little bit of a different manner since I'm at this point. I have started looking at the weight loss inventory questionnaire and the information that I have to fill out for the psych appointment. I told you guys before I had did it and I did it too soon and I messed up and I got a new one. So this time I went through and I started to just mark things that's never going to change. Just fill out the, you know, the basics, my name and things like that. And information that just is not going to change. And just really looking at it differently this time. Didn't do it all at once because I want to take time to really complete it. And I'll be working on that over the course of my last video. I told you guys that I wanted to share a little bit more information about myself. And I started thinking, like, how do I want to do it? And your girl came up with an idea. Bam. You know what this is. This is a Crystal Light quart container. You guys know I've showed this on previous videos of how I had repurposed this thing. I told you guys you could do a lot of stuff with these things, and I love repurposing. So what I did is I actually invented a game of sorts. I don't know if it's an original invention. If it is, it was mine first. This was my invention first. Don't try to steal my idea. Copyright. No, honestly. So what I've done actually is I have filled up this container with a bunch of questions, different random questions. And what I'm going to do in each video is I am going to pull 5 questions out of here and I'm going to answer them for you guys. Now, most of the questions are basic. They're very basic questions. I did not choose any questions that could cause argument, controversy, or anything like that. So you're not going to hear anything about who do you think was the best president. There's none of that. Nothing about religion, politics, very lighthearted. Which is why I say I think I've invented a game, because this is going to come in handy not only for my videos, but I figure for somebody that, you know, comes around that I don't quite know, or if I have a party, it's a nice little thing to talk about. So I haven't thought of a name for it yet. I will, but if you have any ideas, leave them in the comments. I welcome them. But let's start right now. The first 5 questions. So here we go. 1. Yes, guys, I actually wrote all of this out. 2 and 3 on these little pieces of paper and folding them up. I'm crazy. I have too much time on my hands. I got 40 days. That's number 4. And here is number 5. Okay, so here we go. So here's the first question. I'm going to read the question. And when I do my editing, I'm going to type the question. And I'm going to let you guys, please, this gives you an opportunity. If there's any question you're interested in, answer it. Leave it for me in the comments. So, first question I have, boom, you guys can see. If animals could talk, which one do you think would freak you out? If animals can talk, I would hate to hear a bat. They just seem like they would be creepy. Also, I'm going to try to keep these answers very short to keep the video, so it won't be like a half-an-hour video or whatever. Yeah, I think bats would be creepy. Second question, favorite movie quote. See it? This is very easy, actually, because one of my favorite movies, and this quote I live by, one of my favorite movies is Shawshank Redemption. Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. You have to see it if you haven't. And they have a quote in that movie, get busy living or get busy dying. Get that? You got to get busy living or get busy dying. Yeah, it's like my favorite quote. So that one was easy. Okay, another animal question. If you were an animal, what would you be if I could be an animal, and why? If I could be an animal, I would want to be a dog. And the reason why is because dogs are some of the most lovable animals. And like, okay, let me specify. I would want to be the dog of a very wealthy person. Let me specify. Because unfortunately, we know there are a lot of people out here that also mistreat our four-legged friends. And I love dogs. You know, I have 2 dogs. I love my boys, and I hate people that mistreat animals, especially all animals, but especially dogs. In fact, my second dog is a rescue because the people that live down the street from me kept him in the backyard forever and ever. Rain, snow, they mistreated him, and I hate them, so I took their dog. And he's my dog now. Seriously. Okay. What do you think is a waste of money? As somebody that likes to shop, this is a little difficult to answer. I'm sure everybody will have a different answer. But you know what I think is a waste of money? Dumb shit. And by dumb shit, a gold toilet. Like, that's a waste of money to me. I don't care. I don't care. I would not even want one. It's going to be full of shit. Why do you need a gold toilet? Like, when I see that on, like, rich people, like, you know, when they used to do, like, MTV Cribs and stuff, I'd be like, all these hungry people in the world, and you got a gold toilet, and you showing it off, you a dickhead. Excuse the language to all of them. But it's just, I hate that shit. All right, last and final question is favorite color, and what do I own in that color? My favorite color is teal / Tiffany blue. I have quite a few things in that color. You know, actually, I'm sorry. It's not really my favorite, but I have a lot of stuff in it. It's one of my favorites. My youngest daughter is an artist. I live with an artist. I have a very colorful life, as you guys can see. So I love color, period. But I would have to say red is my favorite. Red, orange, and then that teal blue. Tiffany blue, as I call it, because I love Tiffany. I love Tiffany everything. If I want to have breakfast at Tiffany's, do you know you can actually have breakfast at Tiffany's now? Like, really have breakfast at Tiffany's in New York. Like, if anybody out there, any of my followers want to go to New York and go to breakfast at Tiffany's, hit me up in the comments. I'm down. I want to go. So, yeah, I love Tiffany stuff. Like, Tiffany jewelry, Tiffany. If I was wealthy, I would be at Tiffany's all the time. And Breakfast at Tiffany's is also one of my favorite movies. And Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's is one of my, you know, Holly Golightly is one of my favorite characters. So, yeah, definitely teal blue. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because it's too long. I know, I'm sorry. It is long. I rambled a little bit today, but I wanted to really touch base with you guys and give you some information. So, before I go, time to do my shout out. Yeah, shout out. Hey, guess what? I got a shout out today. Somebody shouted me out in their video. I was like blown away. And I really appreciate that shout out. And I'm returning the shout out. Actually, I was going to shout this person out anyway because I love their channel. But I went on their channel because I subscribed to them. And lo and behold, they shouted us sister out. Ow. Yes. Okay, so listen. This is someone that I think you guys should check out. Her YouTube channel is called, you know, I got the blah, blah, blah book. VSG, Let's Do This, okay? And her page is, her name, I'm sorry, let me start with her name. Her name is Terry, and Terry's page is basically talking about her VSG journey. She is right now at 102-pound loss. I do believe she's a little less than a year. And what I really, truly love about her page is she's 58. And she, first of all, if you didn't know she was 58, you wouldn't think it. But she has a page, and she started her page because she found that there were not a lot of people over the age of 50, people of a certain age, as I mentioned before, that was getting the surgery, at least not talking about it on YouTube. So that's why she started her channel, because she said when she first started out, she did not see people that look like her. She did not see a lot of people over a certain age, and you guys know I had the same issue. So check out her page, especially if you are a person of a certain age, but it doesn't matter. She has a lot of really good information, and her channel is updated regularly. You know, she's not that person that's just going to put content out to have a video out. Like, she actually has like really interesting things to say. Really good channel, so check her out. And also, before I go, I want to send a special good luck and congratulations to the lady that I met at the support group. Do you guys remember I told you about the woman I met at the support group that was a little concerned about possibly not getting approved? If you go back and see that video, you will see it. Well, what I did not mention in that video was that because I felt her, I ended up passing her my a little note basically saying, you know, stay encouraged. I understood how she felt. I felt the same. Stay encouraged. And I gave her my Instagram name. Why I didn't give her like my phone number or something, I don't know. Initially, why I didn't do that would have made more sense. But I did give her my Simply Dashita Instagram info, and she actually DM'd me. She DM'd me and she thanked me for reaching, you know, for leaving her that note and giving her encouraging words. And I think maybe for like 2 days we kind of went back and forth, and she started following me. And she DM'd me the other day and told me that she got approved, she got her date, and she's having her surgery Monday. So congratulations, friend. Congratulations. I'm so happy for her. I really am happy for people when they get their dates and they get ready to go get surgery, because I want people to be happy for me, and I know one day soon that's going to be me. But please, guys, wish her a good luck in the comments. I'm not going to say who she is. She is among us. She's part of our family. She's one of my subscribers now, because she's actually, I told her, I was like, you got to see the video. I mentioned you. So she's actually one of my subscribers, and I'm sure today, you know, it's Sunday, she's probably preparing for tomorrow. But if she does get on and maybe check out this video post-op, or if she does get a chance, I would love for her to be able to see that we all support and congratulate and wish her the very best in her surgery tomorrow. So if you don't mind leaving that in the comments, that would be great. And while you're in the comments, tell me something good. Answer one of those questions. Tell me how things are going for you. Please tell me if there's any questions that you might have about the pre-op journey. I will be glad to share what I know. Also, like this video, subscribe to this video, share this video. I appreciate that. That is something I truly appreciate. When I get on and I see I have a new subscriber, I'm like, wow, somebody actually listened. They like what I had to say. That's dope. So if you are a new subscriber, thank you. And if you are an old subscriber, there's nothing wrong with being old, right? No, guys, thank you all for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. So I'm gonna go now. Yes, I'm gonna go. One last question, of course. What is the most important thing that we need to do every single day? Every single day, do not forget, you have to love yourself more. Love yourself more than you loved yourself yesterday. Love yourself more than him. Love yourself more than them. Love yourself enough to want to do what you need to do for yourself to be happy and to live a full and rich, fulfilling life. I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.
People look at you strange saying you changed, like you worked that hard to stay the same. Like you're doing all this for a reason.